even know if you're able to hear me, so I'm probably going to try to check the quality. And I'm not going to really be able to look at you and give you eye-to-eye contact because I am driving. So I know last month I made like the promise that I was going to make all of these YouTube videos because I was going to just record them from my phone and blase because it was much easier, and that never happened. And it's not that my intentions were to lie to you all, because it's never the intention. I had all good intentions that I was actually going to follow through with the words that I actually put forth and out there, which is why I put them out there. I try to be a woman of my word, but life just seems to get the best of me. I guess I'm kind of in a rut with this channel. I want to expand outside of hair, mainly because I am more than my hair, and I want to challenge myself to love who I am, and I feel like I haven't been totally doing that on this channel. I feel like I focus solely on what's on top of my head and not so much everything else. So at one point, you guys know that I was like on this weight loss journey and everything else, and occasionally people ask me how that's going, or they assume that I've lost weight and things like that, when in actuality I have gained a ton of weight. I have gained let me see, maybe about 60 pounds or so in the last year. So I don't know, I think I've talked to you guys before, but I may have not like made it clear about my weight struggles. I have polycystic ovarian syndrome, which affects people very differently depending on who you are, but it's basically about your reproductive and your endocrine system, which basically controls your hormone levels and things like that. And because of my polycystic ovarian syndrome, I tend to gain a lot of weight, especially when I go off my medicine. So one of the medicines that I can take to help control my insulin, if my version of polycystic ovarian syndrome makes me kind of insulin resistant, so I don't have diabetes or anything like that. I'm pretty much healthy other than just being overweight. I don't have high blood pressure or high cholesterol or anything else of the sort. I'm just fat. And it's mainly because of my hormones. And so I can take metformin, and I do, but metformin is so harsh on my GI tract that I'm like constantly in the bathroom. And it's not very good for me because, as you see now, I'm in the car. I drive a lot for work. I am a clinical research coordinator, which I told you guys before. I'm not at the same job that I was back then. Well, I kind of am. I'm still with the same hospital, but I work for someone else now doing a different project. So now
continue on Ocean Highway.
I work with
about 11 miles.
Sorry, that's the GPS. So now I work with people that have cancer, that are smokers, and are going in to have surgery to remove their cancer. So I do a lot of traveling to them to try to get them to stop smoking, and I breath test them and blah blah blah. And most of my patients live kind of far away. So right now I'm driving 2 hours to see one patient, and I can have like 3 to 4 patients at a time, so I'm pretty much in the car a lot. So it's not very conducive for me to take medicine that makes me go to the bathroom a lot. So I come off of it, and then I feel guilty because I'm gaining weight, and I go back on it, and then I just realized that I need to learn to love all of me. like every bit of me, and I feel like I hide pieces of me when I'm on YouTube. I feel like I only show you guys like from my bosom up, and I never show you my whole body, or I rarely show it to you. And it's more like I feel like I was ashamed. And like even when I cut my hair 2 years ago, after I cut my hair, like my videos started decreasing. And it was mainly because I never realized that I associated my beauty with my hair. So it was hard for me to figure out what to do or how to make myself look presentable or blase, because I was now dealing with short hair, and I had never had short hair in my life. When I was relaxed, I had long hair, and I transitioned, so I never did a huge chop that left my hair short. So after I donated my hair, it left me feeling, I guess, kind of vulnerable. So I didn't know how to deal with that. And so my videos decreased in number, and until like it started growing out, then it started picking it back up again, and a whole bunch of other stuff was going on at the time as well. So basically, I don't really know what I'm saying in this video. It's just a whole bunch of rambling. It's I guess an apology that I made this promise to you guys that I was gonna do this, that, and the third, and I didn't follow through with it. So I am wanting to change the direction of my channel. I don't want to completely forget about hair, because I know that you guys have questions and things about it, but for the most part, I am typically over my hair. There are other things that I am focusing on in life. I just had my 29th birthday, so I'm approaching my year 30 in life, and I'm super excited about that. And I just realized that there are just so many things I have not experienced in life that I truly want to do. I've never left the country. I've never really went on a serious vacation anywhere, even inside of the country. I've only like took day trips or weekend trips, or they were work related things. Like I've never done any true leisure travel. So I have these things that I want to do within the next year. And then I also want to talk about mental health, which I feel is a very bad or strong stigma in the Black community, and it shouldn't be. On my birthday, I ended up getting a Lokai, I think that's how you pronounce it, bracelet, which this is what it looks like. I got the rainbow one for my birthday, and then I stole this one from my boo. And the Lokai bracelet, mine is rainbow because it's for the Make-A-Wish Foundation, so they donated money specifically to that charity for anybody that purchased this specific one. But on the bracelet, oops. Okay. So on the bracelet, there is a black bead and a white bead, and hopefully you can see it. Yeah, so you can see the black bead and the white bead on there. So on the opposite end is the other color that you see. And so the white bead is supposed to symbolize the times in your life that you are just feeling absolutely great, and it's to remind you to stay humble. So inside of the white bead has water from Mount Everest, because Mount Everest is the tallest peak in the world. And then inside of the black bead is to remind you that, you know, even at your lowest of lows, there's always hope. So in the black bead, there's mud from the Dead Sea, which is the lowest point on earth. So this was like one of my favorite gifts that I have ever received. And I shared my story on, I believe, Instagram and Facebook when I was sharing my birthday gifts and why I felt like it was such a meaningful gift to me, because in November of 2014, right before Thanksgiving, I was diagnosed with borderline personality disorder. And so I've always been, I guess, really sad like around the holidays, and I always attributed it to me being like homesick. And I'll make a completely different video to go into like what it's like to have borderline personality disorder and like the things I've been doing to cope and deal with it. But when I found out, I was actually in couples therapy, and I was trying to figure out like why I was doing the things that I was doing in my relationship, and why I would get really sad around like Christmas time. And I thought it was just depression and being homesick and wanting to be with my family and etc., but that wasn't the case. So I ended up like I said, going to couple therapy, and I was asking her about it. And I originally thought I was bipolar because I could be from one extreme to the next, but I ended up finding out I had borderline personality disorder. And once I looked up that and was reading upon it, and I was like, oh my God, this so fits me. And I wish I had known earlier, and maybe I'd have done life differently. But shoulda, coulda, woulda. Those things don't always work out how you want them to. So like I said, I want to go more into who I am. I'm more than just hair, and I want to learn to appreciate my body in every shape, form, or fashion that it's in. I want to just be me. I want to be happy. I want to be able to share that happiness with you all, because it's not like I walk around just feeling embarrassed like, oh my God, I hate the way I look. But I feel like, because you never know who's gonna watch a video. You think it's just gonna be your subscribers, which you wouldn't mind them seeing it because you have a connection with them, but most time it doesn't really work that way. And so others end up watching, and those are usually the ones that leave negative comments and all of that stuff. But those things don't really bother me, but it just gets annoying after a while when people say certain things. Oh, you need to lose weight, you're fat. And I'm just like, who cares? Like, you don't know why things are the way they are. So that's that. And then like I also took the last year to build my credit, and I actually had help from a credit specialist named Linda Marks. And some people have seen me talk about her on Instagram, which I've never shared my credit story with you guys here on YouTube. So those are just some of the topics I wanted to talk about. I wanted to go month by month, doing at least one video a week addressing, whatever topic it was for that month. Whether it's like HIV, whether it's smoking, since I work in, clinical research that deals with smoking. I also have a strong passion for HIV. I feel like it's a very stigmatized disease, and nowadays, the new statistics came out about HIV being the number one capital of AIDS in Atlanta, and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, that's nothing new. Like, if you truly cared about AIDS, like, that's nothing new. Like, I knew that when I went to college, specifically the zip code that my college in was the most prevalent HIV population, which is why you have to be very careful when you have sex and things with people and share your body with people that you don't really know. Like, we had strong, very, very strong infection rates in that college campus area, because everybody was having sex with everybody, and not just getting HIV, but chlamydia and herpes and all sorts of other things. And I don't feel like people should be ashamed of contracting these things. Like, the deed is done at that point. There's no point of shaming someone to the point where they feel like they can't get the help and seek out treatment that they need because they're so embarrassed and so reluctant to tell someone, that it just creates this vicious cycle of them constantly involving themselves with new people and infecting new people because no one ever talks about it, and everybody just tries to make everybody feel bad about it, and it shouldn't be the case. And there's a lot of miseducation around it as well. So I just want to clarify some things that I feel like a lot of people are saying wrong or misleading people about. And you know, HIV along with credit scores, like I didn't have, I guess, very bad credit, but it wasn't good, and it wasn't because I had like a lot of bad stuff on my credit report. It was just I didn't know what I was supposed to have been doing, and I didn't really understand how it worked. And I feel like we as black people don't really teach each other about finance. We most people, at least that I know of, tend to live like paycheck to paycheck, and that's not how things work. And I just want to share my experience on, you know, how, you know, some people end up staying, I apologize, it's going to keep falling because it's on the steering wheel, but some people stay in like these jobs that they hate to go to simply because they need the paycheck. And the previous job that I worked at, I hated who I worked for. I loved my job. I just hated my colleagues at my job. And eventually it got to the point that I just had to walk away and quit. And I was able to just make that choice because, one, I figured I'd get another job because I knew my qualifications and I know what I brought to the table. And I wasn't stressed over money because I had other sources of income, which everybody should have more than one source of income. And those are other things that I want to talk about. Like, you guys know that I do mystery shopping as a source of income, but I have other sources of income. They say that most wealthy people, most millionaires, have at least 7 sources of income. So that's what I'm trying to do. I think I have 5 right now, so I need to get at least 2 more. So I want to talk about like potential sources of income, just everything that makes a person well-rounded and not just hair. So I think I talked about this before, and I was also challenged with some things within my family, of them not wanting me to talk about certain things, but it's not anybody's choice or anybody's opinion on what type of things I should and shouldn't talk about, because everything that I share is my story. So how my story reflects or looks, or I guess impacts someone else's life, is not my business. So I can't censor who I am to try to please everybody else. I have to work on me, and I have to preserve me, Notorious. I have to always put me first, and that's something that I've learned within the last year or so when I was going to therapy and stuff, which I still go to therapy, not as often as I used to go, just now more so to maintain than to figure out anything. And more so it's like a check-in. But anyways, so I've been rambling for like 20 minutes just to share these type of things with you. So I'm in the car lot, so I probably will invest in one of those little stand thingies and do like these kind of talk videos where I'm at least able to go over a subject, and if I leave something out, I'll be able to annotate it and whatever once I get home. But that is that, you guys. So let me know if there is a specific topic that you guys are interested in. I need to get some gas, and I will do my best to see if I am knowledgeable on that, or at least find someone who is, so that you guys could get the information that you need on that. So I apologize in advance. There probably won't be much hair videos. I do have some hair videos. I kind of straightened my hair for my birthday, but I didn't really maintain it, so I don't know. And then the camera kind of went dead. But right now, my hair is in braids, as you can see. So, like I said, there won't be much hair videos. I'm probably going to keep it braided up for the summer, or at least most of the summer, just because I just don't want to deal with hair. It's like the last thing on my mind. I have so much other stuff to do, and I have a friend that's going into weight loss surgery, another friend that is getting ready to graduate, and I'm trying to travel. Just so much going on in life that I just, hair, if I can eliminate one thing out of dealing with, then I'm okay with doing that. So anyways, like I said, if there are any specific topics or any particular questions that you have about any of those topics that I know for sure that I want to commit to, then let me know. My first topic probably will be mental health. So
construction on road ahead.
So I'm going to talk about mental health, and I'm going to start the month of June. So I'm going to create a little I guess bullet point list or whatever, something like that, so that I'm able to keep myself on track and figure out what exactly I want to discuss, because I title my channel that this is the complete journey, you know, the journey of complete health. So the mental, the physical, the spiritual, and I also want to talk about my spirituality too, because I don't consider myself a Christian anymore, and so I would like to find something, or I don't necessarily have to tie myself down to a specific religion, but more on that a different day. So that's it, you guys. And like I said, I truly apologize for not following through with my original plan, and I will be doing some cooking experiments because, like I said, I am suffering from weight gain without being on my medicine. I plan on going back on it again. I just need to figure out how to do that. And I'm also going to eliminate some of the foods that I know triggers it. So I plan to eventually find myself on a gluten-free, dairy-free diet. Don't know how the dairy-free part is gonna work. I think I can do gluten-free pretty well, but I absolutely love cheese, so I will have to find a good cheese substitute. I know some people say Daya, but I've heard mixed reviews about it, so I know, we'll see. So I will take you on that journey with me, and my mental health journey and all the other journeys, my financial journey, blah blah blah. And that's enough rambling. It's like 25 minutes now. So leave your questions or comments down in the comment section below, and I will be back to you soon. I promise this time. By June, you will see me, but most likely before June. All right, I hope you guys had an awesome Mother's Day and have an awesome Memorial Day in case I don't see you then. All right, be blessed.